Hello and welcome to my channel. And today we're starting a new series. We're playing Victoria 3 and we are playing as the nation of France. I also have the hegemony selection because we are going to be trying to complete that. And so that is my main goal. I do have a sub goal of a world conquest. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's definitely going to be a lot more difficult, but that's what we're going to do. So first things first, let's take a look at our technologies. We are actually pretty good. We're pretty far ahead, pretty well established as a country. Market-wise, we have fine arts pretty expensive, but it's not too concerning. There's only 14 buy orders, so it would be probably useful to get that down a little bit, but it's not a major concern. Explosives, on the other hand, we're definitely going to want to upgrade our explosive production and our grocery production as well, but that'll come in due time. We also have quite a bit of cigar or tobacco orders and luxury furniture orders. We are behind on our grain production, so we will need to get that kind of sorted out in the early game. But I think our primary goal at the moment is going to be to just grow ourselves as much as possible, as fast as possible, and without irritating people, with irritating as few people as possible. So I think I'm going to go for pharmaceuticals because I want to go down here to Kinine because I would like to get rid of the malaria effects for my provinces. So I think that's the first thing. We're going to go heavy into colonization. That being said, probably going to push for colonial exploitation. But I could also adjust things a bit. With my government, if I so choose. I mean, we are a contested government. Like, our legitimacy is not too bad. The head of state is in government, and they do have decent clout. We are pushing down the intelligentsia. I don't want to do that, and actually, they want to be in the Republican Party. So if I were to bring in the intelligentsia, that's going to raise my government a little bit. They'll definitely help us out getting different laws through. I could also put in the Bonapartist Party. That's going to cause some issues, though. If I put everyone in, I do have a contested government still, but I'll have access to all of my influential parties, and none of them will be too irritated, so I think that is the goal. So we will put everyone into government, and that's going to open us up a lot more law options. Now, I still think we're going to go for colonial exploitation first. The other thought I had is maybe pushing for an oligarchy. It will upset the intelligentsia and the trade unions, but it'll really help out with our government legitimacy. It's going to give us a little... I don't think it'll give us any more authority, but we wouldn't have to worry about elections anymore, which has its issues. We could go for autocracy, which would give us a lot more authority, but definitely going to penalize us for having different ideologies in our government. Oligarchy does not. So I think actually oligarchy is going to be the first thing I want to push through. We definitely want to push back to a more pre-revolutionary France to do our conquest. Other important things to note. We do have Rhone, which has the Loire coalfields, as well as Alsace, which has the Sarre coalfields, which will give us more coalfield throughput. So we want to focus our coal industry in these two provinces. Most of our other provinces, I mean, up here we have agriculture bonuses, and actually we have a coalfield in Picardy as well. Most of these other ones just have agriculture bonuses, and then we have a lot of provinces with rivers, so they have better infrastructure. So we are in a very strong spot to start. We do have... let's go to our diplomatic plays area. We are going to build colonies everywhere we can. We want to colonize as much of this world as we can as possible. I am going to build colonies over here. We are going to build colonies down here. We will also... I'm going to actually take my interest in these two areas away. I'm not concerned with those areas at the moment. We'll get to them, but not at the moment. We will declare an interest in Australia as well as Indonesia. So we can establish colonies in those regions as well. We do still have a couple more places we could go to, so let's focus on those. And then, where aren't we interested in at all right now? I don't think we are interested in the Baltic or in Russia at the moment. I would like to focus on my colonies and expanding my influence to the world. Kind of want to step back from Europe just a little bit, not a whole lot, a little bit. Step away from Europe, focus on establishing our colonial dominance. So I think that is good. We will wait and we'll establish the rest of those colonies as we can. I would like to upgrade my construction sectors, and we are going to focus them in Rhone, because that has the coal fields. That's going to be very important to build a lot of stuff there. And then I'm also going to build 5 in Brittany, because we're going to be building a lot of our manufacturing up here, I think. It's not the best idea to focus yourself in too many spots. If that spot gets conquered, you're going to be in a little bit of a rough spot, but I think we will be fine. Brittany's pretty isolated, so it's only vulnerable to naval invasions, and we should be able to fight those off fairly easily. And I don't think we will have too much concern with our neighbors on this side. Maybe a little bit with Prussia, but that's it. I am going to improve relations with Austria. Let's go ahead and improve relations with Russia, and I'm also going to want to propose a trade agreement with them. The United States don't want a trade agreement with us? Okay, and then I will start improving relations with them as well. Just kind of try and get a couple of the big boys in our corner. I could improve with Britain, but they do not like me. But let's give it a shot. Let's see if it comes anywhere. They're probably going to jump into one of my diplomatic plays anyway, and that's going to kill that pretty much on the spot. I'm going to declare a rivalry with the Ottoman Empire. We can definitely bully them early on, get some war reps from them and whatnot. I think that might be it. Is there anyone else I would want to declare a rivalry with? Great Britain, no. Russia, no. Prussia, no. The Netherlands, no. Spain, no. Two Sicilies, no. Maybe the East India Company? Maybe two Sicilies? Just trying to boost up my influence so my infamy will decay a little slower. We'll throw the Netherlands in there as well. There we go. That'll help out. Okay, so I think that's a good place to go. Budget-wise, we are doing pretty good on money. We are going to be building stuff that'll adjust that slightly, but shouldn't adjust it too much, and we can figure that out as we go. So we got a law enacted, we got some relations building, we got our interests declared at where we want them. So I think we are in good shape. We're definitely going to want to unpause, and I want to focus on when I can establish my next colonies. We will complete a couple of these hegemony missions very early on. East India Company rivaled us back, not surprising. Yeah, we're going to get a bunch of those hegemony missions taken care of right away. Very useful. Just waiting for, there we go, our interests are declared. Now we build colonies everywhere. Work on getting ourselves established around the world, grow our colonial empire. We need to rival the British colonial empire, and by doing that, by establishing colonies all over the place, we are getting there. And then we are also going to want to build ports in all of them. Let's go ahead and upgrade our cargo ports. Oh, I should have done our things. We're definitely going to want wooden passenger cars. Do I really need to subsidize the railway? Not subsidize it. It should be fine. I'm going to keep my infantry the way they are at the moment. I think that'll be fine. We are going to want to build ports in all of those colonies we just built so they have market access. Okay, so that is set up. We're good there. I am going to go ahead and slap the road maintenance decree in the 2 spots where I am building the construction sectors. That should help them build a little bit faster, as should our... If our bureaucracy is a little higher, that would also help, but that's going to be a little rough getting that higher. We could upgrade our colonial institution. I think that's definitely worth it. We want our colonies to grow as quickly as possible. And then, last but not least, I want to start an early war. And there's a lot of small countries I want to go through. I want to go after a small country because I want our infamy to die down really fast. The purpose of these wars is to spread our interest globally. Once we puppet areas where we have the declared interest, we will get a full interest in there and won't have to spend one of our declared interest spots. And I think Oman is a very good place to start. So Oman will give us interest in the Persian region as well. We already have an interest down here because of our colony, but it'll also give us access to here. And then once we annex them, we can start colonizing these provinces as well, which is going to be useful. So Oman's definitely the target. I am going to pump at them. The Ottomans will most likely join them. That's a little rough, but we can damage them. So I think that will be just fine. Hopefully Great Britain or Russia don't jump in. It's possible they might. But with the Ottoman Empire on the enemy side, I feel like Russia won't. We might actually be able to get Russia on our side by offering them something against the Ottomans. Great Britain might get involved because of the Trucial States. That is one of their protectorates. But like I said, other than those two, it should be fine. And we should be able to hold off the British and the Russians if we need to. But I don't think we will. So we have that set. And let's see what happens with our diplomatic play. Brazil is damaging relations with us. Interesting. I could try and counter that, but I don't think I want to. I do have more declared interest now, so we could go and push for something else, and I think that will be the Horn of Africa. Let's slap one on the Horn of Africa. There's nowhere else we can really colonize, but we will be working on getting ourselves puppets in all these areas too, so this will let us get involved in global politics really easily. Oman just gave up. Wow, that's perfect. What a beautiful, beautiful move. I am not ending my puppet status with you. Why would I? And as you can see, we now have full interest in all 3 of these regions, and we can declare another one. So that is perfect. Maybe we'll go for something like Indochina. All right. Let's double check on our colonies. They are all set, so we're good there. We do have like 12 infamy from that. That was actually quite a bit of infamy to do that play right there. But like I said, I think it's well worth it. We could... I guess our interest isn't fully declared there yet. We probably want to look and keep establishing ourselves in other regions. Possibly something like a Dahomey. If we puppet them, that's only 6 infamy, and that should be okay. Now, Great Britain might join in. We'll see what happens. They're definitely already not happy with me seeing me do that to Oman. And look, Russia's pretty upset about that as well. And there it is. Great Britain sides with Dahomey. That's a-okay with me, though, and you'll see why. Let's see if anyone else wants to jump in. I don't think so. So now let's start a couple things. First things first, mobilize our generals. Okay, let's go ahead and recruit another general for the Italy HQ. Maybe go with Hughes Messina. We are going to need to get ourselves some spots put up. We do want him to be mobilized as well. And then Dahomey we have a border with, so we can send somebody. I'm going to send... we'll just send this guy down here. And then we're also going to send you to, like, the Indian Ocean front. We will send you to the West Indies front. And then my other two, we are going to be using them to deal with Great Britain. Plus 10%. Oh, this is going to affect our enactment success chance either way. Looks like our oligarchy won't go through. So let's hold off on the oligarchy. And then let's refocus our efforts on colonial exploitation. Alright, so we're working on that. We have this all set up. We need to do a couple things with Great Britain. First things first, I want war reps from them. I'm going to just stop this, and we're going to go ahead and declare rivalry with them, because they're just going to get involved in our wars anyway. And then that will let us humiliate them, which will stop them from jumping into our diplomatic plays for a couple years, which is going to be useful for our expansion. And then we are also going to liberate countries from them. So we're going to liberate Wales. Liberating Wales is going to damage them. They're going to lose a couple states. What, one state? Okay, never mind. Just one state. But it's part of the British Isles, and hopefully we will be able to puppet Wales at some point in the near future, and then we'll just have a land access directly into Great Britain, which would be very, very nice for us. We do still have 40 more maneuver. And with that maneuver, I would like to liberate some of their subjects. So let's go ahead and liberate, what, Cape Colony and what else? How about Western Australia? So there we go. We are maxed out. Our armies are going to start growing. We finished the munition industry, so I'm just going to go for the rifling progress. I think that's going to be more useful for us at the moment. The armed forces, I don't mind them losing some political strength, so let's drop that. Okay, and here we go. This is East India Company versus a peasant revolt. I'm not looking to get involved in that. Let's just go neutral. Now, Dahomey could still back down. I highly doubt it. They did not. So we have those guys set up, and then the other thing we need to do is get 2 naval invasions going. There's a good chance these will not work, especially with Charles Rivali. I don't know why. Probably because of how big his army is. His naval invasions almost never work. So they got here first. That's fine. I want to go through then and get you... Oh, I guess they just jumped. Okay, so we'll let them do their own thing. We'll see how our naval invasions go. So they are preparing. We do have isolated state regions. Those all get taken care of once those ports build. Idle mobilized generals. Didn't I send them to do things? Is it just because they're traveling? There we go. And we landed in England. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. And a lot of my experience landing in England, pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Hughes Messina, why don't you go to the Tahiti front? There we go, colonial exploitation, perfect, that's going to help our colonies grow. Let's go through, and we can't do this yet. So, what else do we want to do? We can't go to proportional taxation. I am going to try and stay as a monarchy, I think. I could try and bump it back to landed voting. But maybe not. I don't know. Well, oligarchy was the other one I wanted to pass. Your cultural exclusion. Man, the landowners would rather not be segregated? Interesting. And the landowners oppose all of these. Yeah, it would radicalize. It's got to be their guy. Tactful diplomat. He's a reformer, that's why. Opposed to racial segregation, strongly opposes ethnic state national supremacy. Endorse propertied women. Endorse primary schools. Okay, I guess we will just hold off on laws then. We'll let those do their own thing. Oh, there we go. That's not going to work. Now let's go through then. Let's get you up here. Inefficient agriculture. West Micronesia does not need migration. We'll just take the hit to our industrial support. We do need to, at some point, get a naval invasion on Dahomey. Okay, all of my generals just went here, I guess. So I will then go through, let's use you to naval invade Dahomey. We'll work our way through there real fast. Oh, Great Britain got onto our soil. That is no bueno. That is no bueno. We will just let the petite bourgeoisie take the hit, it's fine. We definitely need to get someone over here. Let's do you. I'm just going to put him on defense. And we should be able to hold them off for the most part, and we should be able to push through Dahomey. Did that naval invasion really not work? How did that not work? Come on. Yeah, we are really pushing on to Great Britain. Hopefully we can get them off of there. There we go. We are going to push up through there. Great Britain's out of the war. Great Dahomey should be out very soon once we conquer their whole territory. Jacques Lafitte's popularity. There are allies in the Republican Party who can speak in Lafitte's defense. Let's just hurt his popularity, that's fine. Okay, just about to finish clapping up Dahomey. Taking care of Dahomeys. There we go. The Bonapartist Party has won the election. We do have a free government reform. So a lot of people have been kicked out of the political parties. That definitely hurts our government if we do that. probably just going to keep them in then, and let's try once again to push through oligarchy. I know I could change my government to get that a little bit better, but I'd rather just keep everyone in it, keep them all happy for now. So let's take a look at our infamy. We're at 7, so we are still in good shape. Now that we have a full interest in this area, we can also keep pushing our interests wherever else we can. All our colonies there are in good shape. Okie dokie. So the U.S. still doesn't want a trade agreement. That's fine. Austria also does not. That is still, like I said, a-okay. Our relations with the U.S. are good enough. Now it's a matter of figuring out where would be the next best spot to push our influence into. I could go ahead and just puppet Western Australia right now. Sure, let's do it. It's not much infamy. Great Britain might get involved again. That would be kind of funny if they did. But we'll see what happens. They back down. They're now ours. Very good, very good, very good. Infamy is only 10. This is unrelated to me. It's Bremen. I am not worried about Bremen. We can now declare more interest. Let's go into Indochina potentially. You know, actually, instead of Indochina, let's go for the Horn of Africa. And then we need to get ourselves some sort of other spot. Okay, let's go into South Africa. What if we puppet you? What if we puppet you? 5.9, huh? Yeah, let's go for a puppet on the Zulu. We'll see if anyone jumps in. Nope, not anyone. So we now have full interest down there. Throw interest onto Indochina. We've discovered in gold in Hokkaido. That's nice. Alright, so if we take a look at our infamy at the moment. I don't know why my left click was not working there. But infamy is at 15. So we do still have a little bit of infamy to burn before we need to worry about letting it die down a little bit. And Great Britain can't get involved in our diplomatic plays right now, so that's also really good. I didn't think about that when I made that other play. So maybe like a Galetti? 3.4 infamy? Sounds good to me. Pharmaceuticals is done. Like I said, we're going to push for kinning so we can focus on our colonial plays. The king would most certainly like this oligarchy to pass, so we will focus on that. Galetti backs down as well. Yeah, that early humiliate on Britain, very, very helpful for us. Let's make an interest in Central America. And we'll let that build up for a minute. We are still building those ports. I can actually go ahead and cancel these road maintenance edicts for the time being. We're not using them. I mostly put them up because they do give you a bonus to building. And now let's look at maybe like a... Okay, we still don't have enough interest here. There we go. So interestingly enough, Central America is still pretty much together. 15 infamy though, it's quite a bit. Nicaragua on the other hand is 6 infamy. And we are at 17. So if we declare on Nicaragua to make them a puppet, we're going to be just under that 25 infamy threshold, which will cause us issues, which is exactly where I want to be. So the United States is getting involved, huh? Let's go ahead and make a trade agreement with Austria. And we will see if these guys back down. Does not look like they will. We could go for more. Yeah, let's go for more enactment success chance. We definitely want to get this oligarchy passed. Okay, so US, I tried to be friends with you, and you guys weren't really taking it. So, first off, can't declare rivalry because we're not in that area. I can't really do much to them. I will go for some war reps from them. Let's get some war reps from Nicaragua. They're my... It's not going to be much, but it'll be a little bit. Help pay for some of these wars. Let's go ahead and open the US's market. And... Well, I don't want a treaty port in Nicaragua. I could steal the Indian territory from the US. Would I want to, though? I don't think so. If I had a declared interest here, I could make them start releasing some countries, but I don't. So we'll just pwn them for some money. Let's go ahead and mobilize our generals. Just going to mobilize everyone up again. We could go through and slap out some of these. Let's go for services and wine for consumption taxes. And there's the war. So we need to make 2 naval invasions. So this naval invasion will be focused on the capital of Washington, D.C., and the other one will be focused on Nicaragua. Get Nicaragua out of the war fast, and then take down the U.S. As we can. Let's go ahead and declare some neutrality here. One of the nice things about having somebody jump into your war that you can handle is you can use your moves to weaken them and spend time letting your infamy die down. So it's kind of a win-win situation in my mind. Let's go to Louisiana, and then you can try Maine. We just need to get a landing in on them. Diplomatic tour. I'm just going to take the influence bonus, I think. Let's go ahead and boost our relations just with like a couple key nations. Some of the bigger guys. I think those 2 is fine. That colonization is done. A couple colonizations are finishing up. Quite a few. It's going to be good. That'll help us colonize faster in other places. I think. I believe. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but I feel like it is. So now that we are an oligarchy, our flag has changed. We can go ahead and look how much more legitimate our government is now that it's an oligarchy. Apparently at some point the intelligentsia became rebellious. Probably for a second. That's the only reason I can see they would jump out of government like that. I can't even move them in right now, but that would make our government very legitimate. But they are currently angry with me, so that's not going to happen. But we can look into pushing through some different laws now. For the most part, I feel like we're good. Do we want to go to mercantilism, or do we want to stay with protectionism? I feel like they're both pretty close, and it's not worth pushing mercantilism when protectionism is giving us pretty close to what we would be making. It's not quite time to go to laissez-faire economics. Appointed bureaucrats is fine for me for now. We have professional army. I don't think there's any laws we really need to pass. I mean, I could go for healthcare, but I have a bureaucracy shortfall. Or I would. You know what? Let's get some public health care. Let's show these people why it was a good thing we became an oligarchy again. And help out the people, you know, but we are still the overall controllers of government. But I believe that is a good place to end this episode. So if you like the episode, I'd appreciate a like. If you really like the episode, I would appreciate a subscription, and I really hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.